Thank you, and thank you for tuning in to another episode of Retired Renegades. This week we have a very special guest. As you know, the show is all about bringing in retired folks who have served all of our communities for many years. This week, we have a very, very special guest. We hope to learn a little bit about her knowledge. She is a retired tooth fairy.
Wow.
As you know, tooth fairies serve for 500 years, at the end of which another tooth fairy comes along and takes her role, letting her retire and go off to do what retired tooth fairies do. So, everyone, let's welcome Levi Tatro, retired tooth fairy. Hi Levi, thanks for coming on the show. I'd like to think that this is the first time we've met, but I know as a child that you've been in my house many times.
I will say that some teeth are more memorable than others, Josh. Let's just leave it at that.
Did you enjoy your time as a tooth fairy?
I did. It's not an easy job, though, let me tell you. I mean, tooth fairies, our primary service is to young children, and I feel that there are a lot of lessons learned about dental hygiene in youth, so not exactly the pearliest whites.
Now, most kids have parents who leave teeth under their pillows. As I was growing up, my parents didn't do that. They would take the teeth I lost, put it in a glass of water, and put that glass of water on a windowsill. And when I woke up in the morning, I'd have change and maybe a couple dollar bills in the glass, water and the tooth would be gone. So my question for you, Levi, please share with the studio audience, what was your favorite kind of tooth to harvest? Under the pillow or in the glass of water?
Well, I will say that the easiest ones to harvest were definitely the ones on the bedside in a cup, you know? Like, it's very challenging to reach your arm underneath the head of a sleeping child, especially those light sleepers, because the whole goal of the game is not to get caught by these children, right? That takes away from the magic of a fairy being in your room. If I was seen, that would be, just ruin everything. But, you know, it got interesting. Some of the more memorable ones are like the letters I got from children who had lost their tooth and sent me on a scavenger hunt to find it. And being the good fairy I am, I still left them a quarter even when I had to dig down their bathroom sink, or goodness knows where they launched that tooth, pulling it out.
Wow, I never thought of that. Over the past 500 years, you have retrieved millions of teeth. Can you tell us about a time that maybe a child saw you in their house?
Well, it gets tricky when they have dogs, especially those little ones that yap a lot. Those get you caught sometimes, or nearly caught. The good news is that children have a very active imagination. I'm not sure if you're all aware of that, but it's true, they do. So fortunately, we do have some fairy tricks we can play. So if you think you're about to get caught, just picking hiding spot, find a toy in the room and activate it. It's very distracting for the children, and then they can make up something, or their parents will make up something for them. But, you know.
What was your favorite part about being a tooth fairy?
Well, favorite part about being a tooth fairy. As you all know, tooth fairies and Santa Claus don't get to be there to see the faces of the children. We only get to imagine the faces that they'll see in the morning. But I think that's just as exciting for me as it is for the children anticipating me. So that's definitely the most rewarding part, is knowing all those people who are eager to go to bed that night just for the chance to know that you were there.
I know we have a few retirees in our audience this evening, so I'm sure you can all appreciate the next question. Now that you've retired, Levi, can you tell me in the studio audience about your plans for how you're going to spend your time? Any tropical vacations planned at all?
Well, I am quite crafty, so I have, as you all know, acquired quite a large tooth collection in my 500 years of service. So, but it's a lot of work. I mean, the sun goes round and round, so it's like you're collecting teeth 24/7. There's not a whole lot of time for your personal hobby. So I've been looking forward to doing some, like, I don't know, sculptural explorations with all these teeth I've collected, you know? Maybe build something with that. But we'll see. I've just gotten into crafting. So.
Excellent, excellent. We're about to head to commercial. So I'd like to thank you for spending some time with us today, Levi. Could we get around from the studio audience? I hope you enjoy your retirement, and I can't wait to hear more about that thing we were talking about backstage, this Toastmasters thing.
Oh, yes, that was one of my many retirement goals, I think.
Excellent, excellent.
Branching.
And thanks to all of those at home and our studio audience for joining us this week. Be sure to tune in next week as we bring in the Pillsbury Doughboy. We're really excited to hear about his new adventures as a retiree and his replacement, the Pillsbury gluten-free girl.